Jesus Christ, the figure whose life and teachings transformed the world. But there is one question that has intrigued many. Did Jesus ever travel to India? And if so, did he learn Buddhist meditation techniques that later influenced his teachings? Let's step back in time to the 1st century CE. The life of Jesus, as described in the Bible, tells us about his birth, ministry, crucifixion, and resurrection. But there is a significant gap in his early life, specifically between the ages of 18 and 30, which is largely unexplained. During this period, where was Jesus? What was he doing? Was he simply working as a carpenter, as some texts suggest? Or was he exploring spiritual philosophies beyond the borders of Judea? One fascinating theory suggests that Jesus may have traveled to India during these years, possibly encountering Buddhist monks, and learning spiritual practices like meditation, which would later influence his own teachings. Could the teachings of Buddha have found their way to Jesus? Let's explore. Buddhism, founded by Siddhartha Gautama, Buddha, emerged around the 6th century BCE, a few centuries before Jesus. Buddhism emphasizes nonviolence, inner peace, and meditation, principles that resonate with many of Jesus' core teachings. So, could there be a connection? Buddhism teaches mindfulness and meditation as pathways to enlightenment, promoting inner peace and self-awareness. Jesus, too, spoke of peace, love, and the kingdom of God being within. The similarities are striking, and some scholars have even suggested that Jesus might have encountered these techniques while in India. Although there is no direct evidence in the Bible of Jesus traveling to India, there are historical documents like the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus the Christ, written in 1895, which claim that Jesus spent years in India studying under Buddhist masters. While these writings are controversial, they raise intriguing possibilities. The 1st century was a time of active cultural exchange along the Silk Road, a network of trade routes connecting the East to the West. It's possible that ideas, philosophies, and even individuals traveled these routes. Could it be that Jesus, during his lost years, encountered Buddhist monks or teachings as they traveled westward? Let's compare their teachings. Buddha focused on ending suffering through the 4 noble truths in the Eightfold Path. Jesus taught love, forgiveness, and the kingdom of God. Both emphasized compassion and care for others. Both talked about transcending worldly desires and finding spiritual peace. Could it be that these teachings, though arising in different cultures, are connected in their universal message? Perhaps the similarities aren't coincidental. In a time of deep spiritual reflection, it's possible that Jesus encountered ideas from the East that helped shape his own spiritual path. Meditation, mindfulness, and the quest for inner peace could have been part of his spiritual development. Even today, people from all over the world continue to draw parallels between the teachings of Buddha and Jesus. Could it be that both were ultimately teaching the same universal truth, the path to inner peace and enlightenment? While we may never know for certain if Jesus traveled to India, the idea opens up a fascinating exploration of how spiritual ideas transcend borders. Whether in India, Judea, or anywhere else in the world, the quest for truth, peace, and love remains universal. What do you think? Comment and tell me. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself.